This is TWiT.
Bill writes, what will happen within my Apple Music library if I discontinue the iTunes Match I've been paying for years now? So if you do that, it will cause the entire world to collapse in on itself in a black hole. So we just ask you, Bill, that you please do not discontinue your iTunes. No, I'm kidding. This has been confusing, right? Because iTunes Match, of course, is the subscription feature that Apple introduced that gave you the ability to take the music that you own and match that music with the same, almost entirely same track available in the Apple Music library. And the reason a person might want to do that is because it makes it easier to kind of sync that between devices, but also give you the ability to simply play it whenever it is, whenever you're in a place where, you may not otherwise have that track downloaded, and you can just kind of quickly stream it. In some cases, it also meant that you were getting a higher quality version of the song. In some cases, it did mean a lower quality version of the song, but all of those were reasons to use iTunes Match. And iTunes Match continues to exist in the background, but people are going, well, what happens if I get rid of iTunes Match? And I think it kind of depends on whether you are also an Apple Music subscriber, on what will happen to the music that you have that is tied to iTunes Match.
Yes. It does. So what you can do, and what I would recommend that you do before you cancel it, make sure you have your music downloaded. So fire up music on the Mac, or is it music on Windows? iTunes on Windows? I don't remember if they've renamed it over there or not.
It is music,
but make sure you have downloaded all of your music, which will be digital rights management free, and you will get the highest quality version possible by downloading it. But make sure you do that before you cancel, because if you don't have Apple Music and you cancel iTunes Match, then you will just lose your library, and all of your music has just kind of disappeared. So make sure that you have downloaded everything first. You can do this on your iPhone and so on as well, but you can sync from your Mac to an iPhone or an iPad. You cannot sync from an iPhone or an iPad back to a Mac. So you'll need to make sure that you have downloaded that first. Now, if you have Apple Music, you kind of just don't need to worry, because iTunes Match is part of Apple Music. iTunes Match is a sort of mini version inside of it, which just goes, hey, you already own this? Cool. We'll just give you the option to play it like you would if you just had Apple Music for exactly those tracks that you own. And yeah, that's a nice feature to have. But yes, if you don't want it anymore, then download all of your tracks first, and then you can unsubscribe after that. And yeah, just please make sure you have a proper full downloaded copy before you unsubscribe, because otherwise you might lose your music, and I would be very, very sad if that happened to you.
Hey, if you liked that clip, well, there's so much more to get by joining Club TWiT. You can watch all of iOS Today, where we cover all things iOS, tvOS, HomePodOS, watchOS, and so much more. It's all the apps, all the tips and tricks, and everything with Rosemary Orchard and me, Micah Sargent. Join Club TWiT at twit.tv/clubtwit to see all of iOS Today.